Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to place for deep dives into South African politics, policy, and power plays. If you're passionate about justice, governance, and economic progress, then you're in the right place. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because your voice matters here. Today's story is heating up, and it's one of the most polarizing debates in our country: race quotas, empowerment, and the right to equal access to jobs. The Democratic Alliance, South Africa's official opposition party, is heading to court in a high-stakes battle over the controversial Employment Equity Amendment Act, a piece of legislation that could fundamentally reshape who gets access to work opportunities in this country. But will it truly deliver empowerment, or will it deepen the very divisions it claims to undo? Let's unpack it. At the heart of this legal showdown is the government's revised approach to employment equity, changes that the DA claims are unconstitutional, irrational, and dangerous. The amended act gives the Minister of Labour sweeping powers to set numerical race targets, effectively quotas, for different sectors and regions. These targets, according to the DA, risk becoming rigid racial ceilings that could lock skilled individuals out of employment opportunities, not because of competence or potential, but because of the color of their skin. Now, the government argues that this law is necessary to redress historical injustices. After all, apartheid's legacy continues to loom large over South Africa's labor market. Black South Africans are still underrepresented in senior management and executive roles. That's a fact. But here's the catch: the DA's legal team argues that this law goes far beyond redress. It enforces race classification in a way that treats individuals as group representatives instead of people. And in doing so, it may inadvertently sabotage our already fragile economy. In court papers, the DA is warning that these racial targets, especially when enforced through compliance certificates, could deter investment, cripple business growth, and intensify unemployment. Think about it: if companies are forced to retrench workers or block promotions just to meet race-based ratios, what happens to morale, efficiency, or innovation? Who truly wins in the end? Let's not forget that South Africa is grappling with one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. Over 32% of the workforce is jobless, and that's the official number. Youth unemployment, a ticking time bomb. The DA argues that introducing rigid racial quotas into this volatile mix is like pouring fuel on the fire. To be clear, the party isn't against transformation. It supports broad-based empowerment and acknowledges that apartheid left deep scars. But it believes empowerment should focus on improving education, creating skills pipelines, and supporting poor South Africans, regardless of race. The real fight, they argue, should be against poverty and exclusion, not between racial groups. Now, here's where it gets more sensitive. Critics of the DA say this is just a smokescreen. That the party is using words like non-racialism to maintain the status quo and protect the privilege of minorities. That it doesn't want transformation, it wants things to stay the same. The ANC, COSATU, and other pro-government actors have accused the DA of undermining progress and weaponizing the courts to block equity. But if we zoom out for a moment, a broader question emerges: should transformation be enforced through centralized power, or should it grow through empowerment from the ground up? Under this new law, the state, through the minister, can effectively decide what the right racial balance is for any industry. That's a lot of power. Too much, some say. And what happens when a company fails to comply? It risks being locked out of government contracts. In a country where government is the largest buyer of goods and services, that's a massive blow. The DA also warns that this opens the door for political abuse, favoring connected companies while punishing dissenters. It's a recipe, they say, for corruption, inefficiency, and inequality in reverse. So where does this leave us? Well, the courts will now have to weigh in. The DA's legal challenge could take months to resolve, but the debate it has sparked is immediate and urgent. Should empowerment mean race-based targets? Or should it mean equal access based on need, not race? Supporters of the act say, South Africa is still deeply unequal, and race still determines economic outcomes. So targeted intervention is not racist, it's necessary. Detractors say, you don't solve racial discrimination with more racial classification, you solve it by investing in people, lifting all boats, and creating a merit-based, opportunity-driven society. What do you think? Is the DA standing up for fairness, or standing in the way of transformation? Is this law a bold step toward justice, or a dangerous slide into racial engineering? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This is a conversation our country desperately needs. And remember, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more clear, critical analysis of South African politics, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for weekly updates, and share this video with others who care about the future of our democracy. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay hopeful. See you next time.